22 degrees in the UK. Gonna get outside, have a little ride, see where I can get to. I finally bought myself some earplugs as well because yeah, riding this thing without earplugs, it's not bad. It's just, you know, long distance, it starts to drain on you. So I got myself these earplugs and I'm testing them out. They seem to be working quite well. I gotta say, like with these, the road noise massively reduced. Even the wind, it's actually super quiet. I think Calimoto said something like it's going up north and then out east and then back around. So I only started riding a couple of years ago and it's just became this huge part of my life. Like, I absolutely love riding. It's so much fun. Just get to go outside and see things. It's weird when you're in a car and you're just driving by things, you're not really experiencing it, if that makes sense. But when you're out on the bike, you're seeing all sorts of things. I get to combine all of my hobbies. You know, I like taking photos, I like shooting video, I love riding bikes. Being able to do all three is great. Just the weather is so good. But yeah, the last one I went out on, it was just cold and wet, and you know, midway through my visor was fogging up. I didn't have the pin lock installed, so really difficult to see. And then so much rain hit my visor, it was just getting difficult to ride. And then I took a wrong direction, and before I knew it, I was miles in the wrong way. Now the sun's out, I get to enjoy the ride a lot more. Wear lighter clothes, wearing a really nice light jacket and some lighter gloves. One of those anti-fog pin locks installed, and it's just changed the way I use this helmet. It's so much better now. Follow the road, follow the road. Don't pull out of me. Don't want to have someone pull out on me. I've had that happen a couple of times. People just don't see bikes. It's really annoying. I kind of just wish the bike was louder so they'd hear it at least, and they'd just maybe consider it before they pull out in the middle of the road. At the same time, if you're living in a nice built up area and you've got this huge exhaust on, you kind of don't want to be a dick to your neighbours. So I wish there was a button, like I could turn on hear me mode and then I could turn it off. That would be cool. Calimoto, what are you doing to me? Oh right. Why are you taking me down? Callie, what are you doing to me? Follow the road for 1 mile? Okay. Oh, wow. Nationals. Down here. Alright. And this is kind of why I like trying out Calimoto's little winding features and stuff. How have I never been down this road? Yeah, I see it. See, if I didn't have Calimoto, I wouldn't have even explored my backyard. It does have a habit of taking you on pretty ridiculous routes though. Like, I remember I once did a route, and I can't remember how many hours it was, but it was winding for hours. And I mean, I don't mind it. I like riding like the twisties and stuff, but yeah, when it's all you do, you kind of need like a palate cleanser to sort of try something different, otherwise it just gets really old. Like, these turns are fun, but it's also feels slightly sketchy doing these turns because you can't really see who's coming around, and people tend to go a bit stupid around these streets, especially backcountry roads. People go crazy on these roads. They're like, yeah, sure, the national speed limit is what, I think 50 on this road, or less, or more. It could be more actually. Oh well, yeah, I hope it's not more. But yeah, if you're going 50 down this, you just hope no one's coming around the corner, because it's blind corners most of the time and you're just like blitzing it like this right here. If a guy comes around this corner at 50, where am I going? I'm going on the other side of the road. I'm going in that bush, looking for nice places to shoot some photo. Got the camera with me today, so hopefully I'll grab some snaps. Please don't hit me. There you go. So I mean, it's just every single one of these turns you kind of have to just peek around and hope. I always have like a little escape route planned in my head, so like if someone's coming around that corner, I can just like ditch the bike and jump left if I have to. But I've not had to do that yet. Did I say right or left? I don't remember. We're going right. Wow, these earplugs are really working. I kind of thought they wouldn't, but yeah, I can hear things normally, but the wind noise massively gone down. Same with the bike noise. Sort of like the normal droning is just sort of gone. I can still hear the engine just enough to know that it's like okay, but I can't hear the super aggressive tones all the time. I always used to think that I had to travel super far away just to see cool things, you know, travel to to Italy, travelled to Spain, you know, just to get nice landscapes. But we've got a pretty nice back garden. Like, the UK is pretty beautiful when it's in weather like this. Even in the rain, sometimes it can be quite beautiful. You just have to go out and find it. I've been taking photos since I was, oh, how old? 15, 14, 15, I think. So, a good 20 years. Oh god, I'm old. Oh man, some of my shots from back in those days were cringe fest. You know, the MySpace phase? Everyone was like super into MySpace. I had the emo fringe, I had the lip piercings. I was super into the emo look. I would walk around with my camera and my skateboard that I never skated because I was terrible at it, but I liked the look. So I would walk around with this damn skateboard, take terrible photos. Take terrible photos that I thought were like super edgy and like, oh, but yeah, no, they were all trash. Started out with Nikon cameras. I loved the Nikon. Like, I just love Nikon as a company. They're really good for photos. Like, every single, even though like super entry-level cameras, you can get some fantastic shots without spending thousands and thousands and thousands on glass. But yeah, as I grew older, I wanted something a bit more, you know, compact. The Sony A7s, I think I got the Sony A7 III. So I was starting to get into video, and I loved, you know, just shooting video and photos at the same time on the same camera with the same lenses. That was like super cool for me. And it just opened up a whole new world for me. And you know, some of my earlier videos were pretty cringy. I mean, I did shoot a music video for my brother that I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun. I had a really good time. Got to spend some time with my brother. Well, that's always awesome. Got to learn some new skills. You know, I was sort of treating it just like I worry about the composition. I didn't have to worry about lighting because, you know, outside free lighting. But yeah, when you get into film properly, it's like you have to really be thinking about the composition, the framing. You know, if I was to like shoot an actual like film, I've been wanting to shoot a film for years. I've got a few scripts that I've written and, you know, some film concepts, but I just don't have the people to shoot the film with. You know, I don't have a clue about directing. I don't have a clue about anything other than like pointing a camera at things. Hey, maybe I'll just join along a random join along a film set or something and just try and help out and see if I like the experience. I think I would. I think I'd love it. Yeah, there's something so satisfying about getting a shot or getting a video, going through the whole process of like making the end result and then just pressing a button and it just being out there. Like, that's so satisfying. I don't get that with games. Like, whenever we make a game, it's, you know, it's everything's live service. It's forever. You never stop working on it. You know, a lot of the actual joy of making games comes from the beginning bit when it's, you know, the really quick ideation, the figuring out what it is we're going to be building, and then we're building this thing and it's super exciting. You know, it's all new and novel and oh, hello. You don't get that with live service. You know, you kind of just work on the same thing. It becomes every day you're just kind of coming in, doing the same thing, going through the same routines. And sometimes they you know, they add some big thing to shake it up, but most of the time you don't want to rock the boat too much. You know, you want to keep the money coming in. So if you introduce this huge change that alienates the fan base, then you're in trouble. So, you know, people don't risk it. So they keep it simple and they just keep it arraying small changes over time, which is fine. I mean, it's not something I personally enjoy. Like, when we get to that point in the game, I tend to want to move on to something else. You know, it's less about creative at that point. It's more doing the day-to-day running of it, which I think, you know, there's definitely a group of people that are really good at it. And they, like, honestly, actually doing live service right, that's hard. That's super hard. And any company that does it right should be commended for it, because it's easy to go wrong and sort of make some like cash grab. I get why people do it as well, because, you know, games are really expensive to make. Like, the actual building of a finished game is super expensive, and you see no revenue, which that's kind of a weird place to be for a business, right? For example, run my own studio. I would never want to go to a bank, ask for a loan, and say, hey, I'm building XYZ. It's gonna take 3 years. minimum 3 years roughly. I'm gonna have to hire a bunch of people. You know, even if I make a small game, you're gonna have contractors, you're gonna have, you know, a team. It's expensive. It's not a cheap process. You'd probably be asking for upwards of $1 million minimum to make something. And then not only do you have to pay the bank back with the interest, which will not be favorable because, you know, you have no revenue, and then you're paying 30% out to the platform, like Steam takes 30% cut, and then you're paying taxes on that, and then, you know, you have to basically make double, triple the money back before you can even think about making a next game. Anyway, enough talk about games. I'm here to ride. So we are taking what's a little back alley streets. It's actually really nice to sort of do this. I don't have to worry about other traffic and whatnot. Super quiet roads today. I mean, it's Monday because I also have Tuesday off. I was thinking of just packing my bike up with some camping gear and just taking a quick ride out somewhere. Yeah, the more I was thinking about it, I just came back from a trip, and the last thing I want to do is pack up all my stuff and go on yet another short trip overnight where I probably should be resting. I'm pretty beat after that trip. We were moving every single night, going to a different hotel every single night. We didn't really have a plan, and I kind of like it that way. It just keeps things interesting. I rented a car this time, so we kind of just took the car out. Some really nice photos. My wife called it the murder macchina, so murder in Italian, so car. So I've been talking about buying a murder macchina for myself because I have a bike and I have this other car. I want my wife to have a car and I want myself to have a car, so I think I might just buy myself a murder macchina. But yeah, it's been a thing I'm thinking about, like, should I buy myself a terrible little car, or should I buy myself a van and then turn it into a camper? Oh, I'd love that. Just an excuse to get out camping. So apparently the whole route is just 105 miles of this, which I think could be fun. I mean, at some point this camera's going to die. I'm going to just turn this off for a little bit until we get somewhere that isn't the same forest view over and over and over again. Well, this could be interesting. Both of them wanted to go through at the same time. There's a big ditch on either side of this road. Anyway, it's only been a couple of minutes. Just thought that was funny. Bye. So the GoPro camera run out of battery. My bad. I thought I had charged all 3 of those batteries, but I think because I've just came back from a vacation, I picked up the 2 that were dead from the trip, and yeah, there should have been 3 that I had on me. Here's a couple of little snaps from the bike itself. Because a bit further down the road now, so only 70 miles left on the round trip. Yeah, it's been an eventful ride. So still not used to this whole camera in the face thing. Pulled over this nice little bit. Nice big field behind me. Having myself some chicken Caesar bacon because I'm fancy. There was a brief moment where I almost ran out of fuel. It got so low that the gauge was flashing, and I was in the middle of nowhere. Turns out the nearest petrol station was 20 miles away, so that was fun. Turned up, but it was fine. There was a few sputters, which was scary, but I ended up getting there. So that was the trip so far. Anyway, see you later. Little fishing spot by the looks of it. Nice little bridge. That's so nice out there. Always wanted to try fishing. Never really got into it. Probably will nowadays though. Kind of like chilling out a lot more. Sounds quite relaxing. Probably about another 60 or so miles left. Not much longer, but it's been a lovely day. Right. See you later.